Artashu on the track.
Ain't no sana with the plátano de rana. I'm in your cara like I'm facing a piñata. I'm about to crack a stick of yellow stick banana. You disrespect the frog, you might not see mañana. I'll put your ass to sleep but not upon the cama. I rep these streets every day de la semana. Too late to back down when the rana hopped up off the ground. So if you started my song, you're about to hear the sound.
Hey, this is a short take, real quick, family. I just want to talk shit to this punk little motherfuckers right here. Sorry to say it like that, but it's real facts. Do you want to know why? Because they think this is a joke. These punk mofos think it's a joke. They think it's fun and games and shit. Listen.
Optimistic. If Trump becomes president of the United States, I might move back.
Bro, we'd run America.
Trump's the president. I'm there with Alex Jones.
Me, you, Alex Jones, Justin Waller, PBD, Cheyenne, Wyoming. Yeehaw, cowboy.
Be a fun summer.
Sit down.
Fucking guy right there is the guy I want you to fucking look at. You see this piece of shit Arab right here, this piece of shit motherfucker right here? This guy was making so much money off our gente, and they didn't even know that he was like totally against them. He was selling life insurance. That's how he started. He was selling life insurance. I met the guy. He even was making some of them, like the people I grew up with, to get their license and shit, and he knew they were felons. They could never get it, but he was getting leads from them and then paid them under the table. Oh, you think I'm lying? I'll take you to court any day, you fucking trash. So anyways, I'm trying to show you guys this because this is exactly what they think. They think that our livelihood, our children, this bullshit that's going on for real, they think it's a fucking game.
I'm extremely optimistic. If Trump becomes president of the United States, I might move back.
Bro, we'd run America.
Trump's the president. I'm there with Alex Jones.
Me, you, Alex Jones, Justin Waller, PBD, Cheyenne, Wyoming. Yeehaw.
This is a black man right here. This is what I'm talking about. Black and white people were mixing since Europe. This is what they look like when they came here, family. And you know, listen. I know that a lot of you guys are offended by the shit that I say. I don't give a flying fucking motherfucking fuck. I don't care no more. You guys don't give a fuck. You guys rather sign up to some channel and give them his money. Give them their money, bro. I'm going to keep showing this shit. Look, listen, I'll call these motherfuckers out any day. You want to debate me on that level? We can debate against Muslim shit. This guy says he's a Muslim. You're far from understanding your own book.
Oh, cowboy.
Be a fun summer.
Sit down. Be humble.
Now we're going to see what I'm talking about. Now we're going to find out exactly why things are happening. Why these so-called open borders are affecting so many people. Enjoy the channel or the show. Whatever, man. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I don't give a shit anyway, so whatever. Have a good night.
Common sense. Edgar Allan Poe was quoted, "Believe nothing of what you read and only half of what you see." This means the fear porn we are getting from mainstream and social media. Would you really like to know what is truly going on? So you know how to prepare? 1. Trump is not the commander-in-chief and does not command the military. Derek Johnson and other truthers are wrong. There wouldn't be a border invasion just to wake the people up. Your government is broke. The bill is due. We owe money to the Federal Reserve. They are not a government, but a group of private bankers allowing us to borrow money from ourselves as they keep track of our ledgers. We owe the Federal Reserve and their bank members over $33 trillion. They will not allow us to default because they want what's owed to them. Who are the Federal Reserve? They are 12 anonymous banks, locally and internationally, that own all stock in the Federal Reserve. Each bank issues a representative or board member for each bank, but they are not stockholders, just reporters. Those board members report to Congress and their private bank. The Federal Reserve owns the U.S. Treasury. Congress approves a spending bill. It goes to the U.S. Treasury where they print the money and issue bonds. The bonds are like stock that the private bankers own the loans on. We pay the interest to those 12 private banks. Those anonymous banks do not offer money from their own vaults for the loan either. They tell the U.S. Treasury to print it as they make money off the debt holding the bonds. The private banks promise not to default themselves as they scam us, and that is how it all stays together. The Federal Reserve comes up with tricks like quantitative easing, which just prints more money into the economy. All of the actual source of money that is borrowed is backed by nothing. Nixon removed the gold standard, and Saudi Arabia removed the oil standard. Nothing gives value to the Federal Reserve as the world currency other than our army. Now, the 12 anonymous banking institutions that manage our purse are calling in their loans from us. We owe those 12 anonymous private banking institutions $33 trillion. They borrowed the money from you and now want you to pay for the loan that is now backed by the American military. Easier to explain it like this. Your rich neighbor came over to your house and sat on your couch to hear about your financial troubles. As he was sitting around and looking around on your couch, hearing you cry for help, he noticed all of the items you had in your home. He came up with an idea. Give me your couch, television, game console, cell phone, and laptop. I will sell it all and invest that money with my buddies in crypto. Whatever profit we make from the rising investment, we will put it in your bank, but you will need
That's called consideration in the world of transaction. So this is no different than what happened in 2008. Remember how it all ended in 2007? Okay, so this is no different. They called it a reset. They give people the authority to lend money, expecting them not to break the law. But then when their leverage is too extended, well, then there's what they call a reset. Like, for example, 2008. No different. You're going to see what he's going to say right now. Watch, check it out.
Permission from your entire household to spend it. If you access this money, you will be borrowing from yourself, but I will control it. The rich neighbor. If you take a large loan from your bank account, I will have to charge you interest for what you borrow from yourself. Now, I promise to...
So what it's basically saying in a nutshell is, like, for example, if I come to the bank and I say I want to buy this property, the bank says, okay, cool, sounds good. Here's a piece of paper. You promise to pay me back because I'm going to lend you money, when in reality, they never lent that person money. Like, there was no physical cash going into that other person that I was buying that property from. There was just an imaginary ghost digit. And supposedly I owe that money, but it was never there. It's like, it's not solid at all. All right. No different than when the 2008 debauchery came. I'll say it like this. This is what happened. Imagine a box full of files, and you have like 10 boxes, and half of them are boxes full of files of clients that always pay on time, and half of those other boxes are of clients that don't pay on time. They're always default, like you always have to chase them for their shit. You know what I mean? Like, they got bad credit, whatever. And then all of a sudden I'm like, okay, so the Federal Reserve is allowing me to make more money. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix these boxes, and then I'm going to create another box, and then I'm going to slap what they call mortgage insurance on it. So then it doesn't look as bad because I'm insuring it. So if they go bad, then guess what? They'll be paid on it. But at the end of the day, it's all imaginary. So what he's talking about is when they wanted their money back, they started seeing that people weren't paying no more. So then the reset had to come in. You guys aren't even seeing this shit, man.
Continue to send the profit from the crypto investment trade, and you will have to continue to have a steady source of income. But you must keep yourself in check and not take loans from this bank account often. Eventually, you should be able to retire and never have to worry about money ever again.
But that's not what happened. You see, what they started doing was they're like, listen, these A-paper borrowers are doing so well that even if we fail, they'll be able to support the D-paper borrowers. But what these other people were doing was like, no. You know what? Let's put more D-paper borrowers in these boxes and have less paper borrowers in these boxes because we still have the insurance if in case something shit goes bad. But they didn't realize that there was other greedy motherfuckers selling all these boxes. They're like, I don't care about the pros and cons. I'm just going to make money. And that's when all the shit started. Greed, my family. Greed. Listen, I was part of this whole thing. Now, I wasn't part of the sales, but I was involved. I was the one trying to rescue these properties. I'm going to tell you once again, there's people that don't know anything about me, and I'm no agent at all. I'm just a regular individual that for whatever reason, the Most High wanted me to experience all of this shit so that you can summarize it today. So then I can talk about it with y'all. Because apparently no one's going to tell y'all, but it had to be somebody just like you and I. Let's go. We're almost done.
Yeah.
It's a short class.
You make the deal, and you suffer through losing your gadgets. This was the Great Depression, after we made the Federal Reserve Act of 1913. Your smart neighbor decides to pour sugar in your car gas tank without you knowing. Now you need a new engine, so you borrow from your bank, and the family agrees. Then your neighbor releases termites under your house, and you borrow from your bank again with approval from the rest of the family to remove the pests and fix the house. Now you have no more funds to borrow in your bank, so your neighbor has another idea and creates an automatic fund to be placed into the crypto account every month, so the profit will put more money in your bank. They call it a tax. Now, your wife and children are working to help pay for the crypto profit tax. After a while, your family starts to tell you that your neighbor friend is ripping you off. You try to end the relationship, but he shoots you in the head. Now, your family knows the warnings of what happens when you stop paying your taxes or find an alternative. At this point, the neighbor owns your house, car, and farm. During the course of the agreement, the generous neighbor offered to educate the family for free. So the kids did not know anything about the tax crypto interest scam. They could have taken their tax and invested it elsewhere. When they brought it up to the rich neighbor after finding the truth, well, it was already too late, as the neighbor had already sold their farm and equipment because they could never pay the interest off the money they borrowed from the interest from that tax crypto interest loan.
Which is why you need
the family took the neighbor to court and lost because everything was legal. They all agreed to the scam.
So this is why
the rich
I laugh at these white people that say, oh, conspiracy theory. Like, nah, bro, y'all gave that shit up a long time ago. It started in 1776, and then you guys put an exclamation point in 1913. But you see, we saw that because we're not you guys. You believe the hype. It's just the way the Most High works in his game. He made you believe you were gods. And he just wanted to remind you that you guys ain't shit. You're just stinky, dirty Europeans that don't like to shower.
Neighbor did not break the law. In America right now, we are at the finding out phase, as the neighbor already sold parts of the farm and equipment. The exact same thing happened to Russia in the 80s. That's why Biden left the military equipment for a fire sale. Slowly, we are being dismantled as the scam is up. And good luck taking Washington, D.C. to court. They are not an American country. It took Russia 30 years to pay off the International Monetary Fund loan. It will take us longer. In the meantime, we will most likely split up into several new countries until we regroup and settle our differences. Unless the bankers decide to take us to civil war, they may fund the left to take out the right.
Hey, you know what's so funny about that, family? If that would have happened, then you don't fucked up now. Because Russia wants Alaska back. And Mexico wants